Back again, this time for top picks game week 8. As always, I'll be sharing 2 great options for each position, defender, midfielder and striker, covering game weeks 8 to 10. One pick comes from Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points and one from my own stats and fixture analysis. The goal? To help you choose the best players for the next 3 game weeks with a bit of data and a bit of gut. So kicking off the first pick, and it's defenders, and the Fantasy Football Hub have gone for Timber. Timber's predicted to score 15.3 points over the next 3 game weeks, which is second only to his teammate Gabriel. Arsenal remain the most consistent defensive side in the league, with an expected goals conceded of just 0.6 per 90, the lowest in the league. They've had 4 clean sheets in 7 games so far this season, and the fixtures are strong on paper. Fulham away, Palace at home, and then Burnley away. He's the highest scoring defender in the game with 48 points already. Now there was concern early on about rotation with Ben White, Timber, Calafiori competing for those fullback spots. But apart from game week 1, Timber has started every game, playing the full 90 minutes 4 out of 6 times. Speaking to a few Arsenal fans, they say he's a non-negotiable and that he should always start regardless of who's on the bench. At 5.9 million, he's cheaper than Gabriel, offers 0.4 expected goal involvement with the clean sheets to match, so it's easy to see why so many managers are putting him in. The only concerns again is the rotation, but as I said, he has started the last 6 games. He doesn't really get many defensive contributions, he's not hit the mark once this season, but if he continues his attacking threat and picks up clean sheets, does it really matter? If you still want a safer pick, it's Gabriel. He gets the clean sheets, he always starts, and he's an attacking threat as well. But Timber may now be just ahead of Saliba and Raya among the Arsenal options. So for my defender pick, I'm going for Munoz. He's a nailed starter. He's played all 7 games, 90 minutes each. The guy just doesn't get rested. Palace have an expected goals conceded of 1.26 per 90, which is the 9th best in the league. So it's pretty average in terms of expected goals conceded, but they have played Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool in their first 7 games. So I would expect once the fixture run gets easier, they will start to pick up more clean sheets. But if you judge them off last season, I think they went on a run of 9 clean sheets in a row away from home. So yeah, Munoz would be one of those players that you would select, and he's just a set and forget because he could pick up a goal, an assist, or get a clean sheet because they're strong both at home and away from home defensively, playing the 5 at the back. But the fixtures are mixed. They got 2 home games with Bournemouth and Brentford, with Arsenal away sandwiched in between. But Palace under Glasner played Arsenal last season away from home and managed to get a 2-2 draw. It is a fairly even game as well. So Arsenal away, whilst it's a tough fixture, Munoz with his attacking threat, there's always a chance he can get an attacking involvement if the clean sheet isn't there. Munoz ranks second behind Timber for expected goal involvement with 0.30 per 90. However, he's only got 1 goal and 1 assist in 7 league games, but he does have 2 goals in his last 2 games, with one of them being in Europe. He's also 0.3 million cheaper and crucially doesn't take up an Arsenal slot should you wish to go for more attacking coverage with the Arsenal picks. Moving on to midfield, and the Fantasy Football Hub have selected Saka. He was actually my pick in game week 7 and I would stick with him. So yeah, this is a really good pick from Fantasy Football Hub. Predicted 16.2 points over the next 3 weeks, which is the 4th highest among midfielders behind Salah, Bruno and Semenyo. He scored last game for Arsenal, followed that up with a brilliant goal for England and played the full 90 minutes against West Ham, taking the penalty, proving he was back to full fitness. He's averaging 0.52 big chances per game, which is the highest in the Arsenal team, apart from Gyökeres, who's not exactly converting right now. And at 9.8% ownership, he's definitely a differential. He's soon to be in my team. It just depends on how much longer I want to keep Gyökeres. So my midfielder pick is Ismail Assar. If you don't already own Semenyo, go and get him. He's the best value midfielder in the game right now, but outside of him and Saka, Sarr is my pick. Expected goal involvement of 0.7 per 90. That's the 5th highest in the league behind Saka, Bruno and Mateta. And what's key about that Sarr ranks second for non-penalty expected goals, 0.61 per 90, and that's behind Haaland's ridiculous 1.16 per 90. Among the top 5 non-penalty expected goal players, 4 are strikers, and Sarr is the only midfielder. Fixtures: Bournemouth and Brentford at home, Arsenal away in between. Tough, but his pace and ability attacking behind could be crucial for Palace to get something from the Arsenal game. I'd have no issues starting him even in that fixture. Moving on to the forwards, and Fantasy Football Hub have selected Jean-Philippe Mateta. He's predicted 16.8 points over the next 3 game weeks, just behind Haaland. But to me, Mateta looks tired. He's played every game so far with Nketiah out, and even travelled with France during the break for his international cap. No goals, no assists in his last 2 games, despite an expected goal involvement of 1.51. He's had multiple chances, including 2 one-on-ones, even an almost open goal, and still couldn't convert. He's on penalties now that Eze has left, and his expected goal involvement sits at 0.7 per 90. As mentioned, the fixtures are decent, with 2 home games from 3, but fatigue for me might be catching up with him. My pick for the forward is Jarrod Bowen. He's predicted 15 points, which is slightly less than Mateta, but the fixtures are good. Brentford at home, conceding 1.4 expected goals per game, which is 6th worst in the league, with just 1 clean sheet all season. Then there's Leeds away, who are resilient, but still it's a fixture West Ham should fancy, and Newcastle at home. A tough test, but with West Ham at home, anything can happen. Looking ahead, Bowen also has Burnley at home in Gameweek 11, which is another great fixture for him. He plays every 90 minutes, is West Ham's talisman, and despite their rough start, he's already scored 3 goals this season from an expected goal involvement of just 0.19. If Nuno can get them organised and attacking again, Bowen's numbers should rise, translating to more goals and assists. He's definitely one I'm transferring in, and he's going to replace Gyökeres for me. It just depends on when I do it. And that wraps up Top Picks Game Week 8. We'll see in 3 weeks if I've managed to beat the Fantasy Football Hub AI. Who are your top picks this week? Drop them in the comments and I'll check them out, and I always reply. And if you want to see how the scores stack up, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Good luck everyone, green arrows, and enjoy the football.